So, in an interview with Automotive News here this week, the head of BMW's development team told them, V8s are here to stay. We will continue to offer V8s. He said this was mainly due to buyers in the US and the Middle East that aren't as open to the idea of electrified inline six alternatives, even if the performance is equal, simply because customers like the smoothness, sound, and feeling of a V8. So, I mean, that's predictable, but, this doesn't mean they're going to stick around forever, for other parts of the world at least, where emissions regulations are more of a concern, but it does help that BMW actually last year, their EVs and plug-in hybrids made up an impressive 36% of their sales. They're actually doing really well. This is the goal that a lot of companies had wanted originally before they rolled back their plans, and BMW was still executing and still actually achieving their goals of, this increase in electrification in their lineup. And their customers are actually going for it too, which, I mean, is really commendable because no one else seems to be succeeding at this quite as well, at least as BMW, with how quickly their EV and plug-in hybrid sales are growing. And this is just going to get better with their new class vehicles coming this year, which will increase that even more, I'm sure. So really impressed with BMW in that way. But we'll see if the other German brands ever catch up, but BMW is definitely the leader there. So that means that because they have so much of their sales being electrified, that raises their fleet average, and that could allow them to keep it around, the V8 around longer than other companies. And this is why I think Audi's already planning on, doing twin turbo V6 with the plug-in hybrid powertrain for the new version of the Audi RS6 Avant and stuff like that. Obviously, we've already seen this from Mercedes with some of the downsizing. And so BMW might be the last one standing with this motor among the three because of how well they do the electric thing, which is, the same thing that Ford's been doing. That's a reason why my Mach-E, that was done partially because that helps subsidize the V8 Mustang sales, and you have that even out. Obviously, that's a moot point now because here in America, emissions regulations are a thing of the past most likely. But, it's... BMW actually played this very smart, and at least in Europe, that seems like it will still pay off, and also in other parts of the world here too. So even if future emissions regulations in Europe make them unable to sell the V8 there, they said they still could consider continuing to sell them in the US. Again, because of those lax or non-existent emissions regulations, and also in the Middle East, where obviously that's not an issue really either. So BMW V8 fans can rest easy, at least for the next few years here. We will see, after 2028, at least hear what happens. Obviously, again, Middle East is probably still going to be good for a long time, if not forever. But, we'll see. But at least for the next few years, sounds like that's good. But even, again, with actual regulations, it sounds like, again, BMW is playing this correctly to, still keep the V8s around because of their great electrification efforts. So great to see that.